Fellow realtors, I just want to say I am with you. I want to start off right there because listen, 21 years in the real estate space. Man, my teams have sold over 1,000 homes. We've helped, like I said, thousands of people, helped hundreds, if not thousands, of real estate agents. I was a trainer for Keller Williams, and back in the day, I used to go around the country and deliver to their regions. And the only things I taught, by the way, were listings focused curriculum. So I feel like I have the knowledge to talk about this because I used to teach a course called Seller Mastery for Keller Williams, and then it turned into Winwood Sellers. And then when I transitioned to EXP, I was also one of their success coaches, and did some breakout rooms at their big events and things. But anyway, everything I've done was focused on listings. Now I am agnostic, by the way. I am completely agnostic. My license is still active broker, but I do not practice, although this actually has me very interested in potentially, I'm not sure if I'm going to. My wife still practices, so our business goes to my wife, V. Amazing, by the way. So I help her. However, it's kind of got me a little bit excited. I don't know if excited is the right word, but so here, I want to just break down what happened. By the way, my name's David Hill, 21 years in the real estate space. I just told you about some of the things I've accomplished. I was in the Gary Keller Mastermind for 4 years, 2000 and, what year was that? 2011 to 2015. And then I became a trainer for them in 2012. So this has been going on a long time. Some of you may or may not know that, but this settlement's been going on for quite a few years. And, it's one of those things where sellers felt like they were paying, or they were being forced to pay somebody else to bid against them. That's the way I feel like the easiest way to explain it is, if you think about like an attorney, if you have to go to court, there's the defendant and the plaintiff, right? And it's kind of like if the plaintiff shows up and then has to pay the opposing side also out of their proceeds to negotiate against them. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of realtors that disagree with that. Okay, I'm just saying that's my perspective. I could be wrong. If I am, drop it in notes. Let me know what you think. Okay, so so when you think about this, the challenge with a lot of these sellers is they feel like, well, I'm losing money, I'm selling my home, and obviously there's got to be some validity to it. Otherwise, right, like NAR settled, it turned into a class action lawsuit. So there's definitely some validity, and it really comes down to, at the end of the day, the real estate agents not knowing how to explain the commission to the sellers. And so I'm gonna help you explain that, and then I'm gonna give you some solutions. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. My goal is to, one, is explain, two, give you some solutions moving forward, and I feel like this is gonna be super helpful. And we're lucky because probably it was like 2009 or so, we had somebody come in and do a training on listings, and the way he explained it to me was, you explain to the seller, and I'll tell you, this should apply right now, and we have a community of real estate agents that have been doing this for years because this is what we teach. But you explain to the seller that you get a percentage. So for instance, we'll use 6 as the number, because the big CNN article that we'll talk about in a minute as well says 6%. So we'll use 6 as the number. I'm not telling anybody you have to charge 6%, by the way. Just my disclaimer, right? Because there's always been that whole, where you can't talk about commissions, but yet, everybody calls them apples and stuff like that. It's kind of absurd. But anyway, regardless of that, I get it. So we were taught to break it down that, hey, I charge 3%, Mr. Seller, for my services, for what I do. And now let's figure out how much we want to pay the other agent to bring their clients as a co-broke, as a co-compensation. And I'll tell you what, that was a game changer for my business, because we were one of a few real estate agents that were able to, which is why, you know, we were always in the top in our MLS, always in the top 5, my team, right? And top 3, top 5, because we took a lot of listings. We did a lot of business. But the reason I'm sharing that with you is because we were able to break it down to the seller so they understood. And I think a big part of this lawsuit, okay, a big part of it comes from them not being explained, that it wasn't explained to them fully, so they weren't 100% sure. And trust me, I when I first got into business, I learned the scripts. I learned some of the scripts that I've heard, right? When someone says, "Can you reduce the commission?" or can you do better on the commission? Yeah, I can do more, right? And you know, so there was just a lot of, you know, not explaining it the right way. Unfortunately, but this doesn't matter. This is where we are right now. Is my point. This is where we are right now. So it's really about moving forward. But but this is why I'm sharing this, is because this is what we did for so long, is we explained to them that we take this much, and now let's figure out how much we want to pay the other agent. Now, I'm not saying there's no value in the other agents, because I believe there is a lot of value in having buyer's compensation or buyer representation is what I meant to say. So I would explain to the sellers that, hey, by offering a co-broke of, let's say, 2.5% or 3%, you're going to have other agents now that have clients that are going to want to come and cooperate with us on this listing. And I was one of the ones that, again, explain. This is the key, is it's explaining, disclosing, helping them understand that, listen, I'm just being honest, human nature. If you have all these listings that have co-brokes that are offering, you know, 2 or 2.5%, and then you put one out there that's offering 3, the other agents are going to be more excited about that. Yeah, is that definitely going to work all the time? I don't know. I can't tell you 100%. But the key is explaining it to them and giving it's their choice. So they can't come back later and say, hey, hold on, you told me it was 6, and really I was giving away 3. That is the real issue. So there's a lot of real estate agents still that don't understand this lawsuit. They don't understand the settlement. And I know there's other pieces, but that's the part of it that I am focusing on today, helping you with today. And so when you meet, and I would use that exact model still. But here's the thing we need to do now, is we need to get out there now, and we need to educate our agents. We need to educate the consumers. We need to, if I were you, I would be getting in touch with all your past clients. You let them know about this before they hear about it from CNN or see it on a newspaper, because it's going around fast like wildfire. It's going around fast like wildfire. So let them know and explain. So you got to figure out whatever your strategy is. Now, there's a lot of great buyer's agents out there. You know, hey, listen, buyer's agents, I feel for you, because you got to figure this out. And no matter how good you are right now, there's going to be some buyers that are going to say, listen, I don't want to pay anything. So you got to figure out how to get it from the other side, if possible. So that, again, that's not what this video is about. I'm sure I'll do something in the future about that. I am listings focused, though. 90% of my business has always been listings. Our community, we have a club called Real Estate Listings Club, and we focus on listings and killing it. But again, I appreciate buyers agents. Why? Because I want the other party to have that representation too. Now, in this new market, in this new time, and this evolution, I think what's going to happen, somebody kind of challenged me. I wouldn't say, but they challenged me the other day that, well, geez, as a listing agent, now you're going to have to deal with both sides. Okay, great. So what? So then I deal with both sides. That's yeah. Okay, good. So that's why we make the big money, right? Yeah, I get it. So they come to me now. I have to do more work. Oh, well, good. Then I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that if that's the case. But for me, the way I'm going to explain it to my clients is I'm going to explain to my clients that, listen, we can't put this on the MLS anymore based on the NAR ruling. However, we can still offer compensation to other agents. But again, same as before, right? I'm going to explain it to them, and then they'll make the decision on how they want to handle it. I hope you're following along with this. And here, let me give you an example. So let's say, I'm looking at my notes. Let's say a seller, and this is the challenge with the whole debate whether the buyer pays for the commission or the seller pays for the commission. So let me help you debunk that debate right now. If you take a listing, $400,000 listing, and let's say, again, 6% is the commission. That means when the house sells, 6% of the commission of that sale will go into a real estate commission. So meaning after everything, not excluding other fees, that would be $24,000 off the price of the house. That means the seller walks away with $376,000, right? This is easy math. Now, based on that 6%, most agents would give a percentage to the other agent, right? Let's just say it's 50-50, meaning 3 goes to the listing agent, 3 goes to the buyer's agent, right? Now, who's paying that? The seller pays that because it comes from the proceeds. I understand a buyer's getting a mortgage, but it comes from the proceeds of the seller, right? So, because here's what shows you that that's an absolute. Because if you cut that commission in half and you said, okay, there's no buyer's agent now, there's only a listing agent, and now the commission's 3% as opposed to 3 to the listing agent and 3 to the buyer's agent. Now, what ends up happening is the commission's $12,000, right? What happens now? All of a sudden, the seller walks away with $388 instead of $376, right? I mean, this is easy math to figure out. I mean, and again, if somebody wants to debate me, feel free, drop it in the chat, reach out to me, DM me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But to me, that is simple, that I look at as a seller, what goes in my pocket at the end of the day. And I know there's going to be debates. Well, you got more because you use a buyer agent. Sure, that could be something that you could. Is that an absolute? It's not, because you don't know the answer to that, right? We don't know we don't know that they got more. We don't. I know as a listing agent, I've generated up to 40 offers on one of my listings. Just from marketing it the right way and positioning it, and reaching out to other agents and doing all the things I do, and 40 offers, guys. And there were offers that came in without other agents involved. And what we did was we went with the best offer for the seller based on that, because we've always used what's called a variable rate agreement. I've been using that forever. Go back, check out our offices if you want. I think it was, again, maybe it was 2009. I was taught to use that, and I've always used it. So it helps us explain the variable based on how the property is sold. If there's another agent, it's this percentage. If there's no other agent, it's this percentage. That's how we did it. And then at the end of the day, the seller would look at the net amount and make a decision on, okay, what makes more sense for me? What makes more sense for me? Now, let me show you. I just want to share my screen here. We have, let's see, share screen, desktop, display. All right. I want to just show you, I shared it in the wrong place. Stop that for a second here. So this is, if you'll see on the little thing there in the center is the, actually that's the thumbnail from the NAR. Just get rid of that altogether. That's from the NAR. CNN ran an article on the whole settlement, and that was the image they used. So I'm trying to see how. Let's see. Can I grab this other display? I've not used this particular. Okay, so that's it, kind of. That's showing the whole display. I would like to find a window. This is new software I'm using now. It's a cool software. By the way, it's called ManyCam. I love it. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. You can add logos, you can add layout, you can move this around. You can add text to the bottom, all that good stuff. I mean, there's so much you can do. I mean, check. You can put a timer up there. You can check this out. You can put some stuff on the bottom here. You know, like talk about our listings club. You know, right now we have a special opportunity for our listings club. You can try it out for 1 month for only $147, less than half the cost of our normal membership. So you check that out. But this product called ManyCam is what we use for that stuff. So if anybody's interested in that, feel free. Okay, so this right here, let me just show you. So there's some different ways now that you can get out there and find seller listings. So here's the solution, right? We talked about the challenge. I'm going to look at my notes, see if I missed anything I want to talk about with the challenge. No, I don't. I think I mean, if anybody has questions, you know, feel free. If you think, hey, I didn't do a good job of breaking it down, you know, by all means, you know, let me know, and I'm happy to I'd love to respond to your questions. I'm gonna make that a little bit larger there. I'd love to respond to your questions, or educate me. Tell me, hey, dude, you're wrong. But I'll tell you one thing. We were selling a lot of houses when you know, when I was running my team, and we always took a lot of listings, and so I know what we were doing worked. That's the bottom line. All right. So anyway, circle prospecting, great way to get out there right now. Find sellers, find people that are interested, and not just that, but like I tell my people, become the mayor. Like your job as a real estate agent is to like become the mayor of the neighborhood. How do you do that? Is you meet people. You go, you can door knock, you can send postcards, you can, you know, you can do a neighborhood event. There's so many things you can do to just kind of get known. And over time, it doesn't happen right away. Circle prospecting is like an over time process. It's farming. Other people call it farming, right? Like farming an area. You become the farmer, right? What does a farmer do? They plant seeds, and then they water the seeds and nurture the seeds and maintain, and then they end up with a harvest. But the harvest doesn't come right away. It comes down the road. So circle prospecting is a great area. So, you know, my solution to what's happening right now is not in NAR is no different than what we've always done, but it's more prevalent now, is focus on listings. Okay, another great source of listings is Saturday. We've always done Saturday call sessions. So I know a lot of realtors, you know, call during the week. We always, you know, twice a month, we would literally do a Saturday call session and just call our past clients, call people we know, check in with them. How are they doing? What are they up to? How's the family? How's the kids, right? You know why Saturday? Because people are home. People typically are home Saturdays. So it's a great day just to get out there and do that. And as you're reaching out to people now, educate them. I started talking about this earlier. Educate them on this process and what's happening right now, because a lot of them are not aware of what's going on. Sundays, we take, it says Sunday call sessions, but we, you know, like for me, it's like I love talking to people at church. I go to church on Sundays, and so I talk to people at church. I'm just involved in you know, calling like this new for sale by owners. They do open houses on Sundays. So, you know, I don't mind going out there, checking in with people, popping through an open house here and there, give them a call. Hey, how was things? How was your open house, right? So Sundays call session. I don't always do Sundays, but we do. Now, expireds are another great source of potential motivated sellers. Why? Because they were thinking of selling and the house hadn't sold. So going back and getting some of those old expireds, or not just the old ones, but the ones that are coming out every day. Great source of listings. If you figure out how to connect with people the right way, have a way to deliver value. And here's the challenge with expireds. A lot of times they are a bit discouraged. You know, they put the house on the market, it didn't sell, and now all of a sudden, all these realtors are calling them, and they do get a bunch of calls. So my pro tip with expireds is I would encourage you to be one of the first, and just come from a place of curiosity, wanting to help, asking great questions, being positive, and they may not be ready to do anything right now. So you may have to have a good system for follow-up, okay? Allied resources. This is a great tip right now. I would go back. I would contact everybody you know that you've done business with in the past. Get in those conversations right now about the changes in the industry, what's going on, you know, the mortgage partners, your insurance agents, right? Your everybody, inspectors, financial advisors, the people you do business with, landscapers, right? Everybody that is involved in our process. Like as a realtor, right? I said earlier, be the mayor. The mayor knows everybody. So a lot of times as realtors, what happens is people come to us when they're looking for someone to help them. They need help. So reach out to all of your allied resources right now. Let them know what's going on. Don't let them find out from someone else. Let them find out from you. You be the media. Next one, sphere of influence. Yeah, I can't say enough about this. This is a huge one. You know, getting out there and getting in touch with the people that know, like, and trust you right away and letting them know, hey, there's been some changes in the industry. I'm sure you've heard or seen something. And so I wanted to be the first to let you know. You may not be the first now because by the time this video is dropped, it's about 3 days beyond the date that this announcement was made on the 15th. We'll tell you, to 18th. So yeah, 15, 3 days. But yeah, listen, just ask them questions and hey, what are your thoughts on it? Tell me what do you think? How do you think this is going to affect the industry? I'd love to hear like their thoughts. What do they think about this? So again, getting in touch with the people that know, like, and trust you, and be listings focused. I mean, you have a choice. It's up to you. You do what you're gonna do, but you have a choice. You can focus on listings, which is what we started doing in 2009. And our team blew up. And don't get me wrong, I had a buyer team, but I personally started focusing on listings. Or you can focus on buyers. And right now, we'll figure it out. I have confidence. Some will figure it out. A lot will leave. A lot will not be able to make money. You know, the other challenge too, I want you guys to think about is Zillow. I don't know. I mean, I used Zillow a long time ago. Got nothing against them. But their model is based on what? It's based on buyer broker compensation. So what are you going to do now if you're a Zillow agent that relies on Zillow leads? It's a game changer for you, right? It's a game changer. It's a game changer for Zillow. I can't imagine like the executives at Zillow right now. Like, what are they doing? What kind of conversations are they're probably in an emergency meeting right now thinking, what are we going to do? Because their whole model just got disrupted, right? It just got disrupted. So again, listings are the name of the game, my friends. Listings, focus. Right now, focus on those listings. All right, and then for sale by owners. Man, I built my business on for sale by owners. A lot of you guys know my story. My first day in the office, we were calling for sale by owners. I just learned right away to go after for sale by owners. Are they the easiest sellers? No. A lot of times they don't want to use an agent. They think they're going to get more money by not using an agent. And sometimes, some of them just like a friend said, hey, you should sell the house yourself. And they don't even want to. I've seen situations where I've called a for sale by owner. A couple hours later, went to their home and they listed with me. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. So for sale by owners also should be a part of your approach moving forward when it comes to work in seller listings. So I wanted to share those things with you. I hope you found this useful. Let me take that thing down right there. Hope you found this useful. And listen, we have a community. We have a community. It's called Real Estate Listings Club, and we have a community of agents all over the country. That are just taking listings every day. And so we'd love to offer you a cool opportunity to check out our community for 1 month trial. Right now, you just would have to message me. Just send me a direct message or email me at david@davidscoaching.com and email me and I'll send you a link that you can try it out. Because if you go to the website, the regular rate is $297 a month. So if anybody's interested, I'll let this go as long as possible. If you're like, hey, I gotta make some changes in my business right now. I gotta figure out how to focus on sellers. I'll tell you what, you will not find a better, more cost-effective way than this. And some of our clients, I mean, if you go to our website, you'll see some clients been with us for years, literally years. Every month, every day, every week showing up, and it's a fantastic community. So that said, I just want to thank you for being here again. Appreciate you investing some time. I hope you found this useful. Not only did I break down the settlement for you, explaining, I hope that was made sense. Break it down, but also give you some solutions here on some ways you can go out there and find motivated sellers, because I think the agents that are really going to succeed now are the ones that are going to make that transition. And it's just like anything else. Disruption happens, right? You look at Blockbuster. Blockbuster had an opportunity. Think about this. Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix. Everybody look up the story if you don't know it. Netflix went to Blockbuster, offered to sell the product to them, and Blockbuster said, that doesn't make sense. That's stupid. And now, where's Blockbuster, right? Kodak, same thing. Kodak had the opportunity to go digital. They chose not to. So this is just evolution, my friends, evolution. So again, focus on listings. If I can help in any way, reach out to me. You know how you can join our community. Best way to access me for not a lot of money, right now, because I'm on there. We have 4 calls a week. I'm on 2 other calls, and then one of my coaches runs the other 2 calls, and it's awesome what these guys are up to. Absolutely awesome. If you check out some of our podcasts, you'll see Path to Mastery podcast, where we're highlighting some of our members now. And so anyway, again, appreciate you watching this. Again, davidihill.com is my website, and if you want to check out our community, just go to realestatelistings.club and you can join us. And again, good luck out there, my friends. Don't let this get you down. Just realize it's a transition into the next evolution, and some of you guys are going to absolutely crush it. Right now is just a great opportunity for you to change focus on what's most important, and it's going to be amazing for you. So if I can help in any way, let me know. Appreciate you. Have an awesome rest of your day.